There was a small, forgotten village nestled deep within the woods, shrouded in fog and silence. Time seemed to have stopped there. The air always felt heavier. The trees leaned in a little closer than they should, as if they were listening. In that village stood an abandoned house known as the Renmore Estate. Locals whispered about the house, but only when the sun was out. They warned travelers never to step foot inside, especially after dark. That legends, as always, invite the curious. And one such curious soul was a young man named Camille. Camille was a freelance urban explorer, obsessed with haunted places and ancient architecture. His YouTube channel had grown fast, thanks to his daring nature and calm narration. When he heard about Renmore, he knew he had to visit. No one had explored it in over 40 years. It was untouched, frozen in time, and perfect for content. On a foggy October morning, Camille set out with his gear, a flashlight, a camera, backup batteries, and a recorder. He left his car parked at the edge of the woods and walked the remaining half-mile. Birds stopped chirping as he approached the estate. The silence was unnatural, almost deliberate. The Renmore Estate stood like a rotting monument. Its windows were like hollow eyes, and its front door hung half open. The air smelled of wet wood and earth. With a steady breath, Camille stepped inside. The floorboards creaked under his weight. Cobwebs hung like curtains, and old portraits stared down at him with faded eyes. His camera captured everything, the dust particles floating in shafts of light. The broken furniture, the eerie silence. Then he saw it. A door under the staircase. It was half covered by an old bookcase that had tipped forward. Something about that door felt off. It was too clean, too untouched. Driven by instinct, he moved the bookcase and pulled the door open. Stairs led down into darkness. The cellar? He hesitated, then switched on his flashlight. The beam pierced the black like a blade. With each step, the air grew colder, heavier. A musty smell clung to his nostrils. The cellar was made of stone. It was massive, far larger than he expected. Shelves lined the walls, covered in jars of decaying herbs, books bound in leather, and tools he couldn't name. But it wasn't just old supplies. In the center of the cellar stood a wooden table. On it lay a doll hand-stitched, worn, with black buttons for eyes. Around the table were chairs, child-sized, all turned outward, and then there were the scratches. Long, desperate claw marks on the inside of the door, as if someone had tried to escape. Camille backed away. His heart thudded in his ears. Suddenly, the door at the top of the stairs slammed shut with a loud bang. He jumped and ran up, but the door wouldn't budge. He was trapped. The air grew colder. His flashlight flickered. Then he heard it, a whisper, soft and distinct, childlike. Froze. Then another whisper, closer, laughter like a giggle, twisted and broken. He turned. The doll was gone. His flashlight flicked out. Darkness. Silence. Then dash thump. Something moved in the dark. He fumbled for his backup flashlight, turned it on, and saw the doll sitting at the bottom of the stairs, facing him. No. It was standing. Its black button eyes seemed to glisten. A jagged smile had been stitched into its face, new, fresh. Camille stumbled back. He pressed against the door, yelling, banging, screaming. No answer. Then he heard footsteps behind him. Small, fast. He turned. Nothing. Ducked away, keeping his flashlight steady. As he did, his foot hit something hard. Another door hidden behind old crates. He yanked it open and ran through. He found himself in a narrow tunnel. Damp, stone walls. The air buzzed with whispers. The flashlight dimmed again. He moved faster, heart racing. Then voices dot, not whispers dot voices dash chanting dot a faint distant rhythm. We wait, we wake, we watch, we take. It echoed through the tunnel, over and over. We wait, we wake. He ran. The tunnel twisted and turned until it opened into a small underground room. In the center was a mirror, cracked and ancient. Words were carved into the glass. Say their name, and you'll see what lies in the cellar beneath the tree. He didn't understand. He backed away, but something caught his eye in the reflection dot behind him. 3 children stood dot pale, hollow-eyed. Smiling, he turned, no one there. He looked again. The children in the mirror were closer. He turned again. Nothing. Then he made a mistake. He whispered, "Who are you?" The mirror cracked further. A voice answered, not in his ears, but in his. Mind. We were left. Forgotten. Now we remember. And you will remember us too. Then he screamed. The flashlight exploded in his hand. Glass flew. He fell back, head hitting stone. Darkness swallowed him. 2 days later, search parties found his car. No sign of Camille, but they found something else on his YouTube channel. A new video had been uploaded. No one knew how it was shaky footage of the cellar. The video showed Camille's flashlight flickering. Then a glimpse of the doll. Then, just before the screen went black, a voice, distant, childlike. We wait, we wake, we watch, we take. His channel was shut down days later after viewers reported strange things. Whispers in their homes. Dreams of children with black button eyes. One viewer went missing. Another was found repeating the chant over and over. The Renmer estate was sealed by local authorities. But some say, if you go to the woods and press your ear to the ground, you can still hear them. Waiting, watching, asterisk. So if you ever feel the urge to explore what was meant to stay forgotten, think twice. Because some doors, once opened, can never be closed again. And in the cellar beneath the tree, they're still waiting, asterisk.